SongCast. True music discovery.
You're streaming the Hip Hop Spotlight, indie music from around the world, commercial free and free to stream. Our featured artists are BWise and Latti. Strictly street entertainment. Got things rolling in Rahway, behind bars. They were discovered by Hollywood Basic Records, later became Grammy-nominated artists. We'll get into that, some great conversation, some great music. Before we jam into our first track, please support this hardworking artist. Buy tracks on Amazon, on Apple Music. Throw them on your phones, play them in the car, turn your friends and family on to BWise and Latti. Bluetooth these bad boys. You can also stream on Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. Before we get into some conversation, let's crank up this track. Welcome to the penitentiary. BWise, Latti, indie music, SongCast.
Look, since I took my first step, I ain't get no respect. Only reason people spoke, cause my family rap. They don't really fuck with me, I can see clearly. They don't gotta like me, cause I'ma make them fear me. Always like the gun since I first held one. Drug dealers gotten dumb, I'm about to rob some. Got one in my sight, it's about to get critical. In my peripheral, here come my aunt being spiritual. Off the Farrakhan trying to greet me with salams. Used to be a calm, now he reading the Quran. With all due respect, I ain't trying to hear that. Talk about them jails, but the boy ain't going near that. 28 years I was beating the system. You was walking on the tear, knee deep in the system. Do the math on that, makes a lot up on your map. Meanwhile, I'm about to get this dumb boy for his pack.
Welcome gangster, this is prison, the penitentiary. I know them hustlers on the block had to mention me, but did they tell you in here one day you'd be swallowed up whole inside the belly of the beast? Welcome gangster, this is prison, the penitentiary. Too bad them hustlers on the block never mentioned me. They never told you you'd end up in here with me, with your soul swallowed whole. I am the belly of the beast.
I'm like an open grave, you now enter the tube. So welcome, make yourself comfortable. Nice to meet you. I knew one day that you'd be coming my way from your trigger, happy fingers and your reckless gunplay. On me, call me the gatekeeper. I'm here to make sure your door stay locked and secure. Every night I leave you, only because I want to see you when I return. And since you got that funny name that's hard for me to learn, I'ma replace it with a 6-digit number and put it on your car with your picture so you can remember. You got a lot of neighbors that get nosy at times, but don't worry about it, you get used to it, they're your kind. And by the way, I allow you 1 hour per day so you can go outside and get some air and play. But here's a word of caution that I'm gonna say, it ain't safe out there. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Welcome gangster, this is prison, the penitentiary. I know them hustlers on the block had to mention me, but did they tell you in here one day you'd be swallowed up whole inside the belly of the beast? Welcome gangster, this is prison, the penitentiary. Too bad them hustlers on the block never mentioned me. They never told you you'd end up in here with me, with your soul swallowed whole. I am the belly of the beast.
I'm your future, take a look at your past. Cause this is where you coming if your future gon' last. I was built for you gangsters, you so-called hustlers. My building is strong, I was built with a solid structure. I got 30-foot walls, steel bars on cages. I give that animal feel while you burning on sages. Armed guards on wages. Watching my rec yard, snitches get stitches. It's open season on that pool card. And my visit room stay packed with mothers, daughters and sisters. Giving up snacks, phone check, nigga 15 and I'm itching. And I love it when you feel you need to make that hammer glisten. Listen, you be missing, wishing on that band, cause that plan is to keep you here for years. Watching what you fear, cause ain't nobody gonna give a damn about your tears. Welcome to the penitentiary, cause you're here, I got you.
SongCast Radio. True music discovery.
This is the Hip Hop Spotlight. Our featured artists are BWise and Latti. Just heard a great track called Welcome to the Penitentiary. Strictly street entertainment. Let's get to the phones, get into some conversation with BWise and Latti, featured artist on this Hip Hop Spotlight. Okay, well, why don't we start off with you guys telling us a little bit about your history. I mean, I know you were involved with Hollywood Records and at Rahway. Wasn't it with the Scared Straight program? Was that what you were kind of involved with?
Yes, the Lifers Group. Right?
Scared Straight program, yeah.
And so people who are kind of 20 years out of the way, give them the cliff notes as to what that was all about.
Well, the Lifers Group was about, what we did was we tried to put music together so that, because that was the media of the youth. So, you know what I mean? In order to reach the youth, or our peers at the time, because it was our peers at the time, in order to reach them, we had to talk the language that they could understand. The language, you know what I mean, that they speak. So we spoke the same language, being the music, and then we just formulated and came together in that manner.
How did you hook up with Hollywood and get to record those tracks? Did you record them in jail?
Yeah. So what happened with that was, like, it was a lot of people involved. The Lifers Group already was an entity with the Scared Straight program. So my cousin, Amazing G, who was a part of one of the Lifers Group, he came to the Lifers Group with this proposal. So it was his idea, and then they just put it together, and they brought it to life. And then so what happened is they got in contact with Hollywood Basics record label, right, Funk and Klein, and then proposed it to him, and then they came down and did like a talent search, right? And so then we gave them our concept and everything, and so then they ran with it from there.
So they brought a recording studio actually into the jail?
Yes.
Put a mobile recorder studio. And Hollywood Records was, they got like a $14 million thing from Walt Disney. This is how they became up and running for their own record label. So as, BWise said, they contacted, the people we could say like the vice president of the Lifers Group with a non-profit profit organization, to speak to the youth out there was doing the Scared Straight, so we're trying to touch them, get their attention with the music. So that's how it basically, it was done. As far as them coming in, and, how, I guess, Hollywood Records got their jump start, through Walt Disney. And they, got money from them to start their own Hollywood Basic Records.
Is that Lifers album still available? Can you stream that online anywhere?
Yeah, you can go on YouTube and pull it up. The Belly of the Beast, Lifers Group, right? The Belly of the Beast, The Real Deal, Living Proof. Living Proof is the album, right? The Belly of the Beast and The Real Deal, those are the singles. They were the first singles that led to the dropping of the Living Proof
Here's
album.
1 second. BWise and Latti Da, Strictly Street Entertainment, featured artists on the Hip Hop Spotlight. True music discovery on SongCast.
Let me tell you about my life, filled with turmoil and strife. It was hard to tell the difference between wrong versus what was right. A young bull with the heart of a lion. Understand a made man in the hood, co-signed it, built it, and made it relevant. I always stood strong and shine brighter than the crescent. My lesson, I never seen a man cry till I seen a man die. Scarface said it best, but I seen it with my own eyes. Third eye wise, heat lies in that fire. Cause living in the hood is like living in the wire. I Philly nigga, that uptown trigger shook the ground cause I figure I'm bigger than the average, that monster nigga of a monster was scared of. Cause I was always loving the feeling of spilling blood. A young thug with my feet in the mud. I took enough money being a millionaire's boys club.
Give me a sec to explain some things. I grew up in a world filled with a lot of pain, but I made it through the valley or the storm or torrential rain. High speed chasing against the grain. Got trapped a few times, but never complained. Earned a lot of respect. Connected to my name, after that came street fame. Some felt flames, endured some things that drove others insane. I guess it's in my bloodline, not the foe. Ever since I was a juvenile, been on parole. The blocks I lived on, a lot of drugs were sold. PSP in the summertime, chilling in a hole where we quench our thirst with course of old gold, younger than a motherfucker. Trying to act old, that's when I lost myself and lost control. A life was lost, was sent away. I found my soul.
Let me tell you about my life, street life, trapping, always packing, never slacking, getting away and never hesitate to start clapping. The fact is you gotta know what's happening. This plague be the captain of my history, Philly streets. So recognize my pedigree, never like a steady B, but you better be steady C. Never look for clemency, my name was known. Little bump from bottom side clang set the tone. My home was like a battlefield set in Rome. Bottom side nigga, real niggas know the cry. I stood like this, standing loyal till I die. A wild juvenile, all the while in and out of institutions like a blood fusion, oozing, choosing. Chronicles like a transfusion. Me, who? What? Let me tell you about my life.
SongCast Radio. True music discovery.
BWise, Latti, featured artist here on the Hip Hop Spotlight, Strictly Street Entertainment. We started off with other beginnings at Rahway, Hollywood Records, the Scared Straight program, the Lifers Group. Let's go to the present and the current release, Ex-Gangsta. Here is BWise and Latti talking about what's going on right here and right now.
Originally, we always shout out the brothers that was inside the belly of the beast with us, like with Amazing G, you know, Almighty L, Chuck X, Merciful, Rocky D. And these are the individuals who were a part of the Lifers Group, Belly of the Beast, in a real deal. So all of us finish our time. You know, most of the brothers been out 10 years or better. I'm going on my 6th year of being released from prison. So we decided to get together and call, you know, to continue, you know, what was necessary, what we deemed to be necessary. I mean, because I'm sure you'll realize, like, that project, The Belly of the Beast and Real Deal, which was so good that it was nominated for a Grammy, but we lost to Madonna. So we figured, like, hey, the only reason why we lost to Madonna because that was Madonna, you know. So we was like, listen, let's make another run for it. And while we was inside the prison, there was a thing going on in Rahway. I always called the Hollywood prison, where there was talent shows going on, there was banquets going on, and we was performing. They needed performers. So me and BWise, we was always that 1-2 punch combination, and all the brothers, you know, everybody got their chance to perform, but the branch off out of all the rappers, the MCs, you know, you had your little duos and stuff like that. So me and BWise became that 1-2 punch combination. So we branched off and decided to start Strictly Streets, which was already originally started. Well, let's say restart Strictly Streets, because when Basile came home in '94, he began Strictly Streets. So Ex-Gangsta became part of the Strictly Streets thing. I mean, we started recording songs, and me and BWise live in the city of Newark, and the other brothers live in different areas. So it was easy for us to always get together and, you know, recording studios in the city of Newark. So it's easier for us to get to those studios, and we just start banging out songs. Hey, what's the title of it? Ex-Gangsta, you know, which is a disclaimer about the lifestyle we used to live. So this is how that title came about, and that song came about, and those other songs that's within that album, the composition of that album, you know, it's just through conversation, it's just through thoughts, it's just what we see as we continue, you know, living out here, out here in this world.
Here is the title track from the recent release, BWise, Latti, Ex-Gangsta. Indie music on SongCast.
Who shot you? Separate the weak from the ops. Leap hard to creep those Philly streets. Shout outs to Biggie, reminiscing when I speak. Authentic, cause if I said it, then I meant it. And if I meant it, then I said it. Then you know that drama follows like a pandemic. I'm no stranger to danger, cause if you see me, then you know I'm coming for you like a park ranger. I gotta have it, I'm addicted like I have it. Benzo! I'm like a black rose plucked by a black crow. So when you snatch that bag, I top it off with a black bow. Because I'm thorough in any scenario, holding my own in any barrel. Get a Philly nigga, you know this hood shit is real ghetto. An XG, see that used to be me, but now I see better. Don't try to play me or you'll end up with a wet sweater. One.
Live the life of crime, conceal weapons on a waistline. Convicted for felonies and did a lot of time, but had to change lane from the lifestyle of danger. No longer living on the edge. Ex-gangsters live the life of crime, conceal weapons on a waistline. Convicted for felonies and did a lot of time, but had to change lane from the lifestyle of danger. No longer living on the edge. Ex-gangster. An OG is one who retired from the street with no desire from the streets, but get admired by the streets. Cause he found a different way that he can eat without the arm and hammer. Move with menace type manners. Switch up his vocab on the dime, push street grammar, and talk to bosses like a boss to get his point across. Don't misinterpret his humble demeanor as being soft, cause given no other option, his type would set it off. But stay on the low, duck in the spotlight. No to invoke the Fifth Amendment when shit get tight. On the scale, he weighs in like a heavyweight. The meaning of OG to me means only great. And pull on the scene in the stretch, black limo, down peace by side every time he shows diplomatic immunity wherever he goes, and squash unnecessary beef with no problemo. Live the life of crime, conceal weapons on a waistline, convicted for felonies and did a lot of time, but had to change lane from the lifestyle of danger, no longer living on the edge. Ex-gangsters live the life of crime, conceal weapons on a waistline, convicted for felonies and did a lot of time, but had to change lane from the lifestyle of danger, no longer living on the edge.
Yo, I used to call shots, I used to pop blocks and take blocks just to multiply my crops. If you wasn't family, then you was ops. Kept the compression screw tight with the laser sight. That red dot always helped the nigga aim right. With love and war, but more war than love. I'm not sure how many times I seen the release of white doves. When will it stop? When we commit to the plot and realize we all we got. But until then, I guess I'm a XG. Until some silly nigga come and pull it back out me. So my advice to you is don't test me. It will get messy, faster than a motherfucking Hemi, nigga. Understand this, just because I'm humble don't mean I won't make you crumble. I hit hard and throw punches in bunches, so unless you lift weights with your chin, I suggest you fall back then.
The life of crime, conceal weapons on a waistline, convicted for felonies and did a lot of time, but had to change lane from the lifestyle of danger, no longer living on the edge. Ex-gangsters live the life of crime, conceal weapons on a waistline, convicted for felonies and did a lot of time, but had to change lane from the lifestyle of danger, no longer living on the edge. Ex-gangsters live the life of crime, conceal weapons on a waistline, convicted for felonies and did a lot of time, but had to change lane from the lifestyle of danger, no longer living on the edge. Ex-gangsters live the life of crime, conceal weapons on a waistline, convicted for felonies and did a lot of time, but had to change lane from the lifestyle of danger, no longer living on the edge.
Ex-Gangsta, title track from the latest release from BWise and Latti Da. Featured artists here on Spotlight, Strictly Street Entertainment. In this segment, I asked them how their material comes together. Do they freestyle in the studio? Do they write stuff out in advance? How do they put together the songs on Ex-Gangsta?
Well, the concept comes first. We always had a concept first, and then we might hear a beat that goes to the concept. And then we kind of just build from there. You know what I mean? Like, because it's already in our head what we want to do. Like, just like he just said, Ex-Gangsta being a disclaimer on the lifestyle, how we used to live. You know what I mean? Not how we living now. And then like in the Lifers Group in Broadway days, you know, like I said, we was talking to our peers. You know what I mean? See, now we talking to the youth. It ain't so much our peers now. Now it's the youth. You know, with all the things that's going on, you know, out here in society today, and the things that, you know, people may be going through, mental health issues, you know, and all this other stuff, and this, you know, this want to be a gangster, you know, type attitude and mentality. So we figure we address that through music once again.
Well, and it's great, instead of glorifying all that stuff, you guys are kind of showing the real raw consequences of that lifestyle.
Yeah, we're doing our best with that, you know, because I mean, Ex-Gangsta applies to the youth and it applies to those our age as well, because there's a lot of people out here who live the street life, who got incarcerated, who did time, came out. Now, you know, they realize, like, man, it ain't worth going back. So there's a lot of ex-gangsters out here, ex-gangsters and ex-gangsters, you know, out here, you know, and we begin it as well as with, you know, trademarking that. That's a concept that, you know, that ex-gangster is always considered to be a movement. You know, it is a movement, you know, and that movement encompasses, you know, the same thing, like that lifestyle's behind us. You know, so that it speaks to everybody, you know, that once lived that life, and this is what we're trying to do. Basically, say, listen, man, we can live this life and appreciate the freedom as we know, as opposed to being on lock as we did, you know, in our 20s and 30s and 40s. It depends on the time, you know, that the individual did.
People want to find you on social media. Where can they hook up with you?
All social media sites. Right, Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, right, all, you know, Tidal, right? TikTok, all media sites, all social media sites. We there.
Facebook,
Just
Twitter.
Type it in. Facebook, Twitter, you know what I mean? BWise, a.k.a. M.A.D., and Latti Da on Strictly Street Records, Strictly Street Entertainment. Yeah.
Let's get into another track. This is Apologies, BWise, Latti Da, Strictly Street Entertainment, True Music Discovery on SongCast.
You know what I mean? When we playing in these streets, we don't think of the consequences. We don't think of the actions, the selfishness that's involved. You know what I mean? The consequences of our actions, how we hurt our families, our loved ones, our siblings. Yeah. Think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it.
Think about all the things that I did as a kid, going back and forth, downstate, doing biz. It brought many tears to my mama's eyes like black clouds. Make the rain fall down from the sky. Now I'm left soaking wet with regret. Time would never ever let me forget. I'm so upset, cause I know you wanted better for your youngest child who only wanted to see you smile instead of running wild. Spending day after day in the precinct, getting my fingerprints and book. I can see it now, it wasn't a good look. When I think about it, I feel ashamed. The things I did to put shame on a fam name. Would give anything to look into your eye and tell you one more time that I apologize. I just hope you can hear this melody, a form of my plea, begging you to forgive me. Apologies.
First of all, let me apologize. It was selfish of me to think that I could feed my family by playing in the streets. Please forgive me for my absence. I had good intentions, but that never ever did justify my actions. At last, if I knew then what I know now, maybe I wouldn't have tried so hard to be down. Maybe my smiles wouldn't have always been frowns. But in this town, it was get down or lay down. Always mad, but I had hidden issues. Trapped in the mind of a gangster, but I missed you. But now I'm back. After so long trying to right my wrongs, and I appreciate the fact that you stood strong. Not all the time you find a diamond in the rough, a rose you can trust inside the family nucleus. I apologize, but I'm never sorry. I am who I am and gotta be in this life story. That's right.
I apologize for always wanting to be near drama. I chose to run the streets instead of reading a book. Thought it was the coolest shit I ever seen, being a crook. Remember getting suspended from school and seeing you black. Said if it happened again, you wasn't bringing me back. It took a couple wrong paths just to figure the route. And you forced me to grow up by kicking me out. I was bitter at first. You left me bleeding shit. But as I got older, I realized that I needed that shit. I've been in jail so many times that I felt like I stayed missing. And it was by the grace of God that I escaped prison. Keeping it real low mind, I almost forgot what you taught me. Hell, I ain't get my shit together until I got in my 40s. And I know you seen it, cause you some type of other mother. I know you looking at me now like about time, motherfucker.
You are listening to an interview with BWise and Latti Da from Strictly Street Entertainment. Do you do your beats in-house, work with producers in the studio, or do you get your beats from an outside source?
Work with producers in the studio. We work with H5 Rebel Radio. We work with
MO.
with A-Spot Rebel Radio. We work with Push Buttons from MO Sound Group. We work with Big Dub. We work with Big Dub, right? Out of North. Right, with different beats, different sounds.
I like how some of the beats are minimalistic, and man, it's just unrelenting lyrics and with just minimalistic beats, but then tracks like Ecstasy almost has kind of a rhythm and blues groove, a great groove going on in the back.
Yeah. We needed a song here, man, we would call like a club banger. I thought that, we had that track at the time, like, I mean, this would be a good, club banger. BWise from Bridges from Philadelphia, them guys over there. That's like gangster town, He always gangster, like, man, nah, man, we gotta slow this down, man. That's, something for the women, we can't forget them. So like, look, man, slow it down, slow it down. We don't take care of everybody, So right, that's how Ecstasy came out. But we try to be true to ourselves. We can't follow the trend that's going on here, like you said, because we speaking to the youth. I mean, we are more. I mean, if they want to brag, we are more street to them, as well as more prison than them too. These are the things we survive. It ain't nothing to glorify, but if you want to talk slick, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, for real.
Here is Ecstasy, BWise, Latti Da, true music discovery, right here on SongCast.
Look at that, B. Hoo-wee. Look at that thing right there. Snaps. Look at it. She moving her body like it's in ecstasy. She moving her body like it's in ecstasy. She moving her body like it's in ecstasy. And I love the way you feel when it's next to me.
Once in a lifetime, you meet that right rhyme. You don't mind taking that walk, taking that long climb. I like short. She should be a part of me. That AKA. Don't judge me. I got a lot of personalities, a lot of fallacies, but I'm the realest nigga that you ever meet. So if I like you, then I like you. If I don't, then I don't. And if I didn't, then I won't. Be it shit. Don't let nobody tell you different, so keep it lifted. I'm from the hood, but I'm gifted. Hey yo, and I like it when they call me Big Daddy. So let's go, let's get it started like a caddy. So be it friends or lovers, or be it lovers or friends. I care not how it begins, but only that we get it in. So take the time to get to know me. I guarantee you I'll be that satisfying homie.
She moving her body like it's an ecstasy. 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 Okay, shorty, I like the way the shorts fitting. For my position, depending on your V-shape, really got me tripping. The way you work, when you twerk, popping it non-stop, got me thinking it could be my dessert. Something like cherry pie when you open them thighs, gyrating the waistline, the look in your eyes. Say you're in your zone and you're ready to be alone. I got no problem with that since the both of us is grown. Why you tripping on me like you don't understand that I'm the one you need to choose if you looking for a man? And I really don't care about your past relationships. They got nothing on me, cause what I offer is bliss. Kill it to your knees like Nefertiti. Believe me, it's easy, saturate your life. You will never need it. Let's watch this union blossom like a flower. Cause what I got was ours. Nothing can equal our power. She moving her body like it's an ecstasy. 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 She moving her body like it's an ecstasy.
SongCast Radio. True music discovery.
BWise, Latti Da, featured artist here on the Hip Hop Spotlight. That track called Ecstasy. Let's get back into our interview and close out the show. I really love the variety in the tracks where they don't all sound the same. You go from something like Ecstasy to the title track Ex Gangsta with just unrelenting lyrics, man. That flow of the lyrics on that track is just off the charts.
Yeah, thanks. And we miss one other guy. We always somewhat remiss of the brother Crib, which is BWise's younger brother, who was a part of Strictly Street back in the 90s.
With the group NBC.
He's on X Gangsta. You know, he's on a couple of tracks. You know, he's on X Gangsta. What else he's on? He's
on a few tracks.
He's on a few tracks. But, you know, he is under Strictly Street as well. Like the previous individuals that I named prior to that, they're not under Strictly Streets. They're under License People Fiction. You know, but Strictly Streets, you know, we kind of took off. We began, you know, we had access to the studio. So, you know, that you basically hearing BWise and Latti on them songs.
Any other artists that you're releasing through Strictly Streets?
Yeah, Big Crib, right, from NBC. Crib, Rags from NBC, right? That's it right there, though.
You guys got new stuff in the studio that you're working on?
Absolutely.
We just was doing it late night to the last night, you know, with a song, you know, that one is Get 'Em. I mean, I don't know if he named the song yet, but, you know, we recording that. It's constantly trying to build a catalog, you know, that's, you know, BWise like, let's continue to build a catalog, and we appreciate you appreciating the music, you know, that we have done so far. So it's a matter of just that one song, you know, popping, then all the rest of them, you know, just to follow through. I mean, we just received a beat from MO Production, from MO Sound Group from Push, you know, something that, you know, we are yet to write too. So we and mind you, you know, this money is coming out of our pockets, you know, out of our, you know, pockets that we are earning legally, you know, through our full-time job. So, you know, we believe in ourselves. So we have to, you know, show it, you know, through digging in our pockets the best way, you know, as much as we can to, you know, to put the music forth. I mean, as far as the videos, you know, as far as the music and everything, yeah.
Well, we appreciate having you part of the SongCast family. I appreciate your time talking about your message and your past and your history, and it's really just a great message to the youth, man. So much hip-hop is just trash and gangsta bullshit and just encourages violence. It's really nice to see the other side of the coin where you're actually a positive, inspirational type of thing going on.
Yeah. And we appreciate you having a platform for this type of music, for, you know, these types of artists, you know, to, you know, get the, you know, due exposure, you know, to try to give a alternative rather, for, you know, in this genre of rap, you know, or music in itself.
Here is the final track. Welcome back, BWise, Latti, Strictly Street Entertainment, featured artist on the Hip Hop Spotlight, True Music Discovery on SongCast.
Yeah. I'm home now. Life of official. Yeah. H-Squad. Big Zay, baby. Back on the streets, now I can play my beats, or maybe walk bare feet in the sand on the beach, catching the breeze, laid back shorties, easy to catch, always checking my traps, after sex, taking naps to get my mind right, play spotlight tonight, dressed in a tailor-made two-piece pinstripe, the world is a cradle, it's mine, I gotta rock and make the profits off the topics, then put it in my pocket, many can't believe that it's me on the block, thought I was done, I got knocked for making the hammer drop, the shot, I'm resurrected from out of the cell, now watch what I'm gonna do since I'm out of jail. I'm gonna call my peoples up, right? Only a few, many ain't down with you when you're caged in the zoo. No love, no letters, wishing things can get better. Yo, back on the streets, let's put it all together. On the streets, I got places to go. People to meet, relax, lay back, pick up my feet with my peeps. On the streets, the way life is celebrated and hell in the nightlife. I'm so glad that I made it. On the streets, I got places to go. People to meet, relax, lay back, pick up my feet with my peeps. On the streets, the way life is celebrated and hell in the nightlife. Was on the inside looking out, no doubt. My name got weight to it cause I know what it's about. Keep my ears to the concrete, keeping up with the latest. Money flowing like Vegas, 777 ghetto heaven for those that be getting it for free. No taxes, increasing their status with ease. No practice, it's second nature. Rising to the hottest skyscrapers, looking at the skyline with high-rise apartment buildings. I'm shouting out to my peeps from ghetto to ghetto in the
our welcome home reunion. No question what we doing. Blunts and brewing, pouring, exploring 50 states, setting up checkmate. Every move is crucial. Study this game like a pupil, trying to get used to being back on the land. Came out with new plans, don't wanna dirty my hands. Just to get what I need, I contemplate how to be all my peoples and me. Back together again, not confined to a state pen and locking in before 10. On the streets I got places to go, people to meet, relax, lay back, pick up my feet with my peeps. On the streets, where life is celebrated and hell in the night life, I'm so glad that I made it. On the streets I got places to go, people to meet, relax, lay back, pick up my feet with my peeps. On the streets, where life is celebrated and hell in the night life, so glad I made it.
Listen, explore, discover indie music from around the world. Spotlight features all types of indie music: hip-hop, rock, pop, electronic, country, blues, jazz, and more. Spotlight. Spotlight. Listen to thousands of hours of archived indie music anytime, anywhere. Experience Spotlight. The best indie music from around the world. Commercial-free and free to stream. SongCast Radio. True music discovery.